Hey, it's Jenny and friends, and today's real funny friend, Bryan Callen. He's going to be at Comedy Works, and we were just discussing off air my horrible parenting fail. The elves didn't move last night.
The elf on the shelf.
The elf on the shelf, and so we call him Mr. Wednesday, but he's like, don't worry about it. It's all good. He grabs Slay Bella because you have to name them. Like they all have like fun names.
Of course you do. Ours was named Pip.
Pip. Oh, it's cute.
It's a good name.
But yeah, so he grabs Slay Bella and was like, I'll just move her myself. Meltdown City, both girls crying hysterically. He's like, I had to walk up the stairs and go grab one of them because they wouldn't come downstairs.
No, because what's his name or her name?
Slay Bella.
Slay Bella.
Now
Slay Bella,
loses her magic, like whatever else.
Right, so they're gender neutral. So gender neutral Slay Bella lost his magic, lost their magic.
It's just the things that parents have to do, like this time of year. It just keeps growing, and I'm so mad that these elves even showed up in our house.
So my first marriage, I have a 13-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Okay.
16-year-old daughter.
No.
That's so fun.
No,
She's so happy to see me. Oh, she's a
Dad's
bundle.
the coolest.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. I've seen happier faces on coal miners. How about that? Like literally, like it's like, could you not roll your eyes that hard?
Oh, yeah.
Like it could be a lot worse.
Or the bombastic side eye or whatever they call it, where they just give you like the stank eye over the side.
And they love to say things like, my friends don't know who you are. Okay.
Yeah, that's really sweet of you.
My coach likes you, but my friend, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, you're
Thanks
like, that's all right.
I'm sorry.
I'll take the coach over your
I'm
friends.
not more famous. I guess I'll keep paying for everything with my imagination.
Well, it is funny because you are famous, and the fact that like she doesn't understand that yet. When she does, it's going to be probably worse.
Well, some of it, like sometimes I'll get recognized by teenagers who are cool. Like they're 19, 20. Oh my God, these guys were making a fuss. And she was like, yeah, whatever.
He's just
I did
dad.
have The Rock leave me a voice message, and I played that for my son. That was pretty cool.
Oh, okay, because all of a sudden you're like, yeah, there's my currency right there.
And I kept it. I kept that message.
Oh yeah, of course, I would too.
Hey, your dad. This is The Rock talking about your dad. It was pretty cool. A little something for but he was 13.
No, I love that though. I mean, I feel like my 10-year-old is already like thinking she's grown, and she's a lot like me. So I feel like we argue more.
Yeah.
Like her and I, than the younger one who's the sweet one. Like you have to have a sweet one, and then you have a salty one.
Well, I have my 3-year-old who's a terrorist, and I call him the Red Terror because he's a ginger, good luck in life kid, and stay out of the sun. And then I got my 8-month-old who's very sweet, and the 3-year-old is like, I don't like the new edition.
Like,
and if you turn
there can
your
only
back,
be one Highlander kind of
sit on his
situation.
head. All right. And he does all kinds of awful things with him.
Dude, it was funny because when we brought the younger one home, like she was 2 years old or whatever else, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't like this.
Yeah.
But now she has like her own like laugh track. Like the younger one follows her around. Is
really?
Like, oh yeah, she's like total fangirl.
Yesterday, my wife sent me a video of my 3-year-old in his high chair, and the 8-month-old is army crawling. He can't crawl yet. He's army crawling. So he's dragging his body across the ground. And he's looking up at his big brother in the chair.
Oh yeah.
And he was eating like string cheese and cut grapes.
Oh yeah. Things
like
that
the little
our parents
lord
never
that
gave
he
us.
is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please. And he was chucking crumbs down to his younger minion.
For the peasants
It
down
was
there.
literally, and now I'll throw a bone to you. Yes, peasant, you're lucky you're eating. I shall give you some cake. No, I'm joking. You'll get bread and like it. Stale bread. Don't like you very much. Take all my attention away.
Oh my gosh.
It was unbelievable.
Why did we have kids?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Because I got married
Well, you
twice.
did it twice.
Yeah.
Like, that was your fault.
Yeah, because what happened was I got married. I was married for 12 years. And I get along great with my ex, but she was actually from Denver. And then we got divorced, stayed friends and everything else, and I'm like, all right, I got my kids and, we got this good relationship. And then I fall in love with a woman who was 23 years younger than me, which is so hot for me and disgusting for her.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Daddy
it was
issues.
It wasn't even that. It was like, I know. It's like, you got to go to therapy and forgive your father, right? but then I was like, if you're gonna hang out with me, this old guy, I got to give you kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm not offering that much. It's gonna get, you know what I mean? I mean,
like eventually you're gonna have to take care of me.
It's gonna get gross. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's gonna get gross.
At least let me give you children so you can ignore me.
They can help take care of me.
I had some decency, for God's sake. So now I have those kids.
Well, Steve, who's a new co-host on my show, it's funny because he is 26 years older than
Oh
his.
my God.
And I was like,
I'm always embarrassed.
And he said,
I even said to my wife, I go, you're not going to date. Literally, we were in Colorado, in fact, one time, and she looked at me and she goes, she was staring at me. We were dating.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you doing? She goes, if you were 40, I wouldn't let you out of my sight.
Oh.
And I was like, I know, but I'm 52
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever,
like, well.
and it's just the way it is. But we're going to find you a great guy.
Yeah.
And that was literally that was what I was doing. I was like, I'm
So
going to
you
find you a
adopted
great
her,
guy.
is
and
what
then
you're saying.
I'm just so good in bed.
Okay, that's what
Where's
it is.
my camera?
No.
I don't know.
Well, and it's funny because he was at Target one time and they were sitting there in like a pair of shoes or whatever, and it scanned at like $40-something. And she's like, we don't need this. And the lady that was at the self-checkout was like, oh, come on, Dad. She's been so good. And like, he goes, no, not Dad. They call me Daddy. Like, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
way to creep that out,
I'm
buddy.
Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He tells the story and he's so proud of it. He's like,
so
it
good.
happens all the time. I'm like, and she's like good looking too. And I'm like, what is it? Like, it's got to be that charisma, right?
Well, my wife was never, you'd think she's 23 years younger. You'd think she'd be like a little bit subservient or kind of look up to me or there's none of that, man. I can genuinely say she's smarter. And I swear to God, she has more on the ball.
Yeah.
So
you outkicked your coverage.
I just did, man. I'm telling you, I said to her, you don't need a lot of money to be happy. And what I meant by that was I'm in LA. I've been hustling for a long time.
Yeah.
I got friends that fly private. If you make $1 million in Los Angeles, they're like, that's adorable. Look at the pauper. So I'm just around this awful ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I've never been but it's just what it is. If you're in show business, you're in LA. We bought a house in Florida in this awesome area where people are working for a living. It's a middle class neighborhood, track housing. It's the best place in the world. I never want to go anywhere. The kids are riding their bikes. Everybody's playing.
Yep.
The neighborhoods know each other. I love it so much. And I said the dumbest thing. And that's how my wife grew up. So I lay down in bed and I go, you don't need a lot of money to be happy. Oh, how profound, Brian. How profound. And my wife at 23 years younger, she goes like this. She goes, Brian, you're growing up. And
She was so proud of you in that moment.
I was embarrassed in my own home because she was right. It's like, how do I, I'm not even materialistic. I mean, yes, my sweater is cashmere.
Okay. Ooh, look at you,
not.
bougie.
It's actually not. It's actually,
okay.
it's faux cashmere.
It's faux cashmere.
It's very soft
right.
nylon.
It looks like cashmere, so you could just pull it off
That's
if
what
you
I'm
need
looking for.
to.
It's kind of shabby chic.
We went to the Buell. We went and saw a play the other night, and like this lady's got like mink on and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, nice little like $10 Walmart boots I got on, and like whatever. It's different. Like I feel like it's different when you get to a certain point where you don't care.
I do have a fantasy of wearing fur.
Really?
I want to be a big guy who wears a coyote. I saw this giant dude. I think he was a pro athlete, and he was wearing a coyote rug for. I was like, that dude pulls it off. A bunch of dead coyotes. It's kind of sad, but I go, bro, what is that? He goes, Alaskan coyote. I go, Alaskan coyote. He goes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get them when their
apparently
coat's
it's a better
the
one.
thickest. I was like, dude, I can't pull that off. I would disappear in that thing. But this guy's wearing my rug.
Oh.
I kind of want to be. I want to be anybody but me. Do you ever go through that? I get tired of being me. I want to be.
I always think you have the fantasy where you're like, man, if I did. I always have this thing where it's like I'm in an elevator and Taylor Swift's in it with me, and we become best friends. And then she's like, well, you should come out and tour with me because you're so funny and like want to hang out with you. And
do you sing?
No.
Just as a friend.
Just as a friend.
This is like me.
Just bringing like I'll be the guy behind the guy. I'm okay with that.
This is like me talking to Tom Cruise for an hour and a half at a party. And I was like, I feel like we're friends.
Like we're besties.
And not only that, I literally am looking at him. You know the rumors about him being gay, which I don't think are true. But he's got a small face. And I was looking at him and I was like, I was so starstruck, and I'm having a real conversation with him about comedy, about wrestling, about our kids. They were the same age. And I go, and I was like, man, I think if you wanted to make out with me right now, I would be embarrassed to say no. Like, I think I might be gay for Tom. I mean, I wouldn't do crazy stuff, but just a little making out. What are you going to do? It's Tom Cruise. I'm a straight guy, but I was frowning the whole time. I don't know what the rules are.
Because you've been in so many, like, movies and things like that. So, like, you're finally, like, getting to, like, the
you
point
kind
where
of feel like you're arriving.
you're like, hey, guess what? I'm here. Like,
I'm kind of cool. Like, that's
kiss
like
the ring. We're good.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, though. Like, is Tom Cruise a nice guy?
The best.
Oh, see, I love hearing
nice.
that. I always hate, like meeting your heroes. Like, they're like, don't meet your heroes. Like, some of them.
Everybody will tell you he's the nicest person in the world.
That's awesome.
Because I know people who spend a lot of time in movies with him and writing movies with him. And he's just genuinely such a nice guy.
And he's so smart. Like, he's focused.
Yeah. I will say, though, I think about how lonely he must be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, he's never really had a relationship that lasted. I don't think he has a relationship with his daughter. I think he has some adopted kids that I don't know. I think he's very alone in life. And that's a trade-off that I would never, ever, ever trade. Like,
that's why I'm glad I'll never be famous. Because I like going to the grocery store. I like going to do little things that I can do without.
It's I've had a little bit of fame, a little bit. I don't know, not much, but I mean, I like it. I love people. So when people recognize me, I keep them there longer than they want to be. I'm one of those guys.
I like it.
But I will say that I've seen what that looks like from a distance, or maybe a little closer. I have friends, I've seen what real fame is like. And I think it is, they won't tell you this, but it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because think about it. You are never not being watched. So you can't do anything but always be on your best behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You are always being, and everybody wants a piece of you.
Yep.
You could be with your kids and Adam Sandler stopping in the grocery store to take pictures with literally everybody. You become public property.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
No.
I don't care who you are.
I couldn't live like that.
You fly privately. Okay.
Yeah, but then it's like you still have to be able to do normal everyday things.
You're not going to ever do normal things.
Yep. Not without a whole security detail.
If you're an actor, you live on a set, and that's artificial. See, the actors have been on sets. Like, he's literally on set all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think that's... like, he'll jump his motorcycle off a thing and parachute. That's pretty awesome.
But think about us, like, we're driving in traffic and we're honking at people and not that I would do that, but if I did have a little bit of road rage, then all of a sudden it's like front page news. Like, everybody would know. They're like, oh, he's evil. He's evil.
Well, even for me, like, I was on a plane with my wife and I rail at the world and I do this. I'll start talking to myself. I look like I'm crazy. Okay. So if I'm mad or if I'm writing comedy, I'm literally like, and my wife goes, hey, you have to stop that right now. I go, why? She goes, because that guy recognized you and he's videotaping you. Here's this weird dude in the seat in front of me. He's like this, dude. I'm like, what can you say?
Oh, yeah.
So that hopefully that'll be somewhere.
What do you think the most recognizable role that you've had? Like, what is it?
I don't know. I've just done it so long. Maybe the Goldbergs, like, where I played Coach Mellor.
Yeah.
Or the Hangover.
Yeah,
or just being on Rogan. I don't know. As you do it long enough. And my Instagram's kind of big, so
people come over, they're like, I know you from somewhere. Do you?
Yeah, like I had I was in Chicago and I had a bunch of people at the bar say, I follow you, I love your contents, and now that's all weird too.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
I hate doing it, but you have to stay relevant.
Yeah, well,
so I'm making stitches.
It's all right, boomer.
Doing, man.
It's okay, right?
Dude, I'm such a boomer. I seriously, I just want to die. I don't want to live forever.
Well,
I'm
the thing
tired.
is like you can't now because you started over.
I can't.
Now
I
you got an
have to
8-month-old. You're doing.
I gotta stay alive I gotta hustle till I'm at least 75, and then I can take a break. It's a disaster.
Oh my gosh.
It's a disaster.
It's a beautiful disaster.
Is it?
I don't, maybe.
Listen, let's do I need money, guys. Where's my camera?
So make sure you check him out. Bryan Callen going to be at Comedy Works in Laramie Square.
Buy me some Bitcoin.
Buy me some Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll be there. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Keep coming back every year.
Yeah, he's got 4 kids. He really needs you, for sure. KOSI 101.1.